Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cinema Gems. We're your hosts, Aaron Kramers and
Tom McClellan.
And today's episode, we're taking a look at one of the best horror movies ever made. It won many Oscars, and it is even in the top 100 scariest movies of all time. That's right, I am talking about Kazam starring Shaq.
Now, wait a minute.
What? We're talking about Shaq. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, but the fans want to see The Exorcist. It's literally listed in the thing.
But
Yeah, no. The power of correction tells you, get this shit out of here. Come on. So we're gonna talk about The Exorcist.
all right, okay. We're gonna talk about The Exorcist. Maybe next time we'll talk about.
No.
Like maybe the next few seasons.
Maybe when I'm 40. I don't know. I mean, once again, we're back at another horror film, which once again, quite frankly, inspired a whole new generation of horror. Basically,
Yes, it has.
Because it seems that as soon as the film came out, everybody was making their own sort of spiritualistic kind of film, something to do with devils and angels and shit.
Yeah. There's even a horror movie by Ken Russell called The Devils.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was pretty awesome. I think it had that dude who played Bill Sikes and all of them. Remember in it?
Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed, that's who it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Vanessa Redgrave, I think, was also in it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about The Devils. We're talking about The Exorcist.
When you think about it, realistically, this film was really, really shocking when it first came out.
Yeah, it was.
It was provocative. It touched on a lot of taboo subjects at the time, and it was very what some people call blasphemous at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you've heard the stories of people like literally throwing up in the theaters and fainting. They had to be rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get more awesome than that, pretty much, for a film?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you how. Don't make any sequels on it. Wish they did.
Yeah, but I heard one of the sequels is good.
Well, of course it is. It's Brad Dourif in it.
Right.
Anything with him is immediately awesome. Let's talk about the cast, first of all.
Linda Blair, Ellen Burstyn,
The dude who played Father Damien. And
Max von Sydow.
Of course.
Excellent performances.
All excellent performances. I kind of have to feel bad for Linda Blair because when this movie came out, she was just a little girl, and people were always asking her about these really weird kind of demon questions, and she's just a little girl. She doesn't know anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
And this really kind of traumatized her for life, pretty much, almost, in a way, because of all those questions.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate how mature she is for this movie, because no parent alive would almost want to have their kid associated with this, in a way.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's also talk about the adult characters, in a way.
They're also really great, too. Max von Sydow steals it for me.
Oh, yes, he's the man in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget, he started the catchphrase,
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
I wish he had that in the Seventh Seal.
Yeah.
I love that scene where he's about to drink, he said, my doctors say I shouldn't, but thank God I'm a man of my good conscience.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just awesome.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like we've all got our own personal stories. Like, it's not just about one person per se.
Yeah, like Father Damien dealing with the loss of his mother and losing his faith.
And then we got the mother who's trying to understand what's going on with her daughter, but she doesn't know.
Yes.
And she's almost afraid about what the results might be.
And Max von Sydow, like...
You get the sense that he's done this before.
Yes.
And he's kind of withered down by the years of it, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, we've also got Captain Howdy himself, Pazuzu, the demon.
Yes.
I mean,
I hear that the statue of Pazuzu the demon was in another movie.
Yes, it was. Ridley Scott apparently was a really big fan of this film. And he used the statue of Pazuzu in his movie, Legend. Now, it's sort of like, it's only used in two scenes, I think. Once in the swamps, and then once in the dungeon, I think. You have to be really quick to notice it, because the statue turns so you can't see its face, but as soon as you see the wings, you're like, that looks familiar. But, ironically enough, there's even a fan theory suggesting that maybe Pazuzu and Darkness, the Tim Curry devil, maybe they're the same person.
I could definitely see that.
Tim Curry would be awesome as the devil.
Yeah.
But who did the voice for the devil?
Some woman with who's a chain smoker.
Well, she's like close to 40, I think.
I believe so.
Makes sense, because when you hear her talk, It's got the very raspy kind of baritone kind of voice.
Like, where's Reagan?
In here with us. Now, not a lot of people know this, but supposedly The Exorcist is kind of semi-based on a real story.
Yeah, really?
Supposedly, during 1949, there was this boy in Maryland. Now, this is the pseudonym they gave for the boy, Roland Doe. I don't know what his real name is, because it was never released to the press.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly, this boy was supposedly possessed by the devil. And he would do stuff like, now this is taken from reports, he would crawl on his hands and knees like a crab. He would supposedly puke all this green fluid everywhere.
Ugh.
And supposedly, some people said that they saw him levitating over his bed.
Yeah.
Or turning his head full circle.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I say, we're not 100% sure that it's accurate, because there have been some suggestions saying that maybe the boy was possibly schizophrenic or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what really makes the film what it is now.
The effects.
The effects. Now, for the time, these effects were really, really groundbreaking. I didn't think they were effects at all, because when people saw this, they thought this was real, almost.
Yeah.
But with these effects, you get the sense that they wanted to make it as realistic as possible, just to get that extra edge, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favorite effect?
My favorite effect would have to be... Well, there's two, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one will be a segue.
Alright.
Alright, the first one I like is Reagan crawling downstairs on all fours.
Oh, yes.
With blood coming out of her mouth. And the other one is the most controversial scene ever, and it's with the crucifix.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That scene was really getting under the skin of a lot of people at the time. As you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense for the scene, because the movie is basically a movie that asks, does Christianity hold any merit in today's society, kind of thing. Because most of the people just brush religion in that movie out of the way, like, shoo, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, it's religion that saves the girl, so maybe it does still have some relevance with today's society, is what it's trying to make.
Yeah.
The film on its own is just awesome. It has that beautiful atmosphere, it has great music, a perfect, talented cast. And
oh, yeah.
And actually, weirdly enough, this film got a kind of a praise from a lot of, oddly enough, Christian groups in a way, because some of them who believed in exorcism said the film did a really good job of showing what pertains in an exorcism.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the whole ceremonies and the reactions of the person being possessed and all that.
Yeah.
My favorite scene always has to be when her head turns around.
Yeah.
And
as they were reading the passage, and as it stopped, they said, "Amen."
Amen. And my personal favorite scene that I really like, actually, the writing on the skin that we see on her stomach.
Yeah.
That supposedly was also something they took from the real life story of Roland Doe. Supposedly they saw signs saying "help me," though ironically enough, it didn't look like they were edged in with a knife or anything. It looks like they were formed from the inside.
Ugh.
Sort of like a vein, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. And maybe that's basically the movie trying to interpret the whole how we're trapped by our own ideals or something like that.
Yeah.
But besides that, what was something you really particularly got from the film?
The direction.
Yeah.
William Friedkin is like one of those film directors, like, you admire, like, how he directs the movies. Like, even, like, afterwards with movies such as Sorcerer, Cruisin', To Live and Die in L.A., and The French Connection.
Oh, obviously, the French
Like,
Connection.
he's the kind of film director who...
Who knows what he wants.
Yes.
You can almost say that he tried to expand after this film, because after this film he was always labeled as the director of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Which can be kind of damaging to some directors' careers. It kind of typecasts them a lot.
Yeah.
But...
And a lot of film directors were influenced by William Friedkin, like David Fincher.
I can totally see David Fincher. We'll get into this thing. I remember also when the movie came out, it inspired, as it does with a lot of films, a huge wave of copycat movies.
Oh, of course.
Like, it was really big in Europe, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
There was even a blaxploitation version of it, I think, somewhere.
Get out of there, boy, fool!
Oh, something like that. That would be awesome.
Mr. T as an exorcist?
Well, he's already got the gold cross and the weird haircut.
I pity the demon!
I pity it so hard. Or something like that. But overall, what do you have to go say about the film?
Honestly, I really love this movie.
That's fair.
Like, it's like up there with movies like The Shining as the best horror movie ever made.
That's a fair assumption.
And because of that, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Okay. If I had to say something in particular about this film that I really did like was, some people don't like these sort of slow-burning horror films, but I kind of like it because it helps to give an atmosphere that we can get behind. Like, you care about the characters, you care about the setting, all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, the movie's long, I'll admit, but that's kind of its benefit that it's long because it gets you more time to be immersed in it. And because of that, I'm also going to give this a 10 out of 10 because this film scared the crap out of me when I was young, and even today it still scares the crap out of me pretty much. So,
that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we're on Patreon where you can donate monies and we will give you a treat in return.
exactly.
I'll see you guys next time where we check out another great horror movie.
No,
Kazam.
get that out of here. You can't
Take care, guys.
get it.